When there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth.
Yo, guys and dolls, welcome back to the channel. God, it's been a while. So it's been about 5 months since I put a video up. Loads of reasons for that, really. I'm going to apologise. Laziness is in there, but I've moved house as well, so this is kind of like my new digs. So I do apologise, but it's been a bit of a problem. So anyway, hopefully vids coming on a regular basis. So thanks for sticking around, guys. My subscriber level stayed the same, which is pretty cool. So yeah, keep on coming back now. Hopefully I'll be getting a video up every week. Hopefully Friday, Sunday, we'll see what happens. Bit busy at the minute. But anyway, enough of that shit. Right, let's start with this little fucker. So we are back on the I don't really give a crap about YouTube censoring me or paying me or whatever. I just can't be bothered, man. It started being horrible, so I'm just going to be me, which is basically you, which is just a guy who likes playing guitar and is in bands and stuff. So anyway, we're going to look at this little fella. So line 6, Helix Stomp. HX Stomp. So this little fecker is a whole helix in a tiny little kind of perfectly face-sized unit. We're just going to play through some of the presets and let you know how good this is. I've been using this for like kind of wedding shows and stuff, and it is as good as my helix for that, because I basically run a guitar in, out to the front of house stereo, and I've got all of my 3 snapshots within a patch, or depending on how you feel, 3 individual presets, or depending on how you feel, 1 amp, 3 different individual effects. It's absolutely bonkers good. So we're gonna have a little play through that. So everyone, the Helix Stomp. So here we have it, guys, HX Stomp. Let's turn it on. So it kind of powers up like a Helix. So you get the little kind of DNA line. Everything's loading up. I think it's up to date. Might be one more update after this, which I'll need to do, but currently pretty good. So that's all starting up, and there we are, we're on. So we've got presets, just like you would have noticed. Inputs on this, we've got expression pedal. So that can go to 2 different expression pedals. So you can come out into foot switches, latching, or modulatory. Then you've got inputs left and right, depending on whether you want to be sending a stereo signal in or you want to be using 2 guitars. Basically, you can have 2 of them plugged in at the same time. I tend to just use this one though. Then we've got outputs left and right, balanced, unbalanced, left mono right, so that's it. USB for updating or for just running it as an audio interface, which it does a great job as. And your 9V DC 3 amp power supply. Then on the side, you've got your effects returns. So you've got your effects send, and then you return, whether it be stereo or mono. Cool. My house is making clicking noises, don't know what that means. And then you've got your through MIDI, which is rad, and headphone jack. And that is pretty much it, the whole stompy goodness. So let's get into some tones. I'm just going to set up a clean amp, a dirty amp, and then maybe play through some of the effects as well. So let's kick that all off with a nice, delicious, clean tone. Oh, by the way, I'm using this lovely beast, which is the Ibanez J Custom, which is just delish. So right, okay, it's super clean, so let's go for that. Yo then, so we are now at the booth. So, HS Stomp, loaded in. I've just thrown a preset in there, nice clean preset. So I've got a Placator clean, plac clac clac clean, with little to no drive. Then I've got a plate reverb on there, and I've got an LA Studio comp on there, and I've got a valve driver in there that I can switch in and out. I'll show you how to do that in a sec. So here's how the clean tone sounds, and it's just a super delicious clean. Sounds absolutely funky dealia. So what I can do now is I can drop that drive pedal in there. And then take it out again. That's that lovely clean. So the way I can do this as well is I can assign a pedal. So if I just scroll across to the plate, if I want that plate reverb on there, just make sure that the view is set to pedals. It will also set to stomp snapshots and patch changes as well. But what we want to do is we want to make sure that it is underneath your pedals, and then you go back into your pedal view, select the pedal which you want, which is plate, press on the capacitive buttons, then press OK. So now I can add drive and I can take away my reverb. That easy, simple as that. And then I've got me tap control on my reverbs or tempos. Absolutely awesome. So that's a clean channel. Let's go and check out a pretty good crunch channel. So here we have the crunch channel. So I've picked as an amp the SX A30, which is an AC30. And then I've got a drive pedal just waiting to be kicked in, which I'll show you how to do in a sec. So here's your basic drive channel. So let's add that additional drive pedal in now. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to view, make sure the view is pedals, head back to your preset, make sure the drive pedal's on there, press OK. Now I can turn on that tube screamer. How good's that? Adding the pedal, all I have to do is rotate to a block that hasn't got anything on it, go into the block menu, delay, let's throw some delay in there. We could throw some stereo delay in there if we wanted to. Let's have a little simple delay. What's that sound like? Too heavy, let's drop the mix down to about 15. Sounds absolutely brilliant. It's tiny thing. Right, okay, let's crack on with some fine sounding high gain. So in this section, I'd just like to just go over how easy it is to make a patch. So if we go back to the view, it's a new preset, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in, grab myself an amp. I want a guitar amp. I'm going to go straight for the 5150, which is the PV Panama. Head into there, drop the drive up a little bit, give myself a little bit more bass, drop the mid down a tad, bit more treble, a lot more presence, and that should do us Maybe drop the master up a little bit, and then I'm going to jump right across to the cabs, and I'm going to go for a different mic. Which one do I normally go for? That's a bit fat. Okay, so now I've got that in there. Maybe add a bit more bass. Right, then I'm going to use the top knob, go across, drop in, drop myself a distortion in there. Which would be a screamer. No drive. Max the output. Come back, maybe add a bit more bass in that. Okay, so we need to just take that volume up a little bit, so I'm going to go back to my amp, take the master up a little bit, maybe take the channel up a little bit. That sounds epic. So if we're doing some like filthy crunchy stuff, okay, and that's with nothing. That was quick, man. Let's put a gate on there so we're not getting any hiss and stuff, and let's maybe add an EQ in there. So I'm going to go in mono. I'm going to go for the Cali Q. I'm just going to boost the 80 Hertz. Give myself that smiley EQ, so maybe 1 dB of that, and then 1 dB of this, and then maybe 2 dB of this. A little smiley curve. Sounds truly epic. That is a perfectly well played, well sounded, feels great, feels like an amp thing. Look at the size of it, tiny little thing. Anyway, that's it. So let's cut to something and I'll give you my final thoughts on this little fucker. So it's really quite difficult to give an opinion on stuff like this because you know I kind of love my multi-effects, but for what Line 6 have done, it's wizardry. It's a tiny little unit that does exactly what you need to do when you know what you need to do, and it also does what you need to do when you don't know what you need to do. If you need to set up an amp for a gig, it'll let you do it. If you know exactly what your set list is, it'll let you do it, and it's the size of a couple of pedals. It's ridiculous, so you owe it to yourselves to go and check it out. If you like this video, please like and subscribe and share it. If you want to see more about the Helix range, the next video in this series is going to be Helix versus Helix versus Helix. It's going to be Helix Native versus Helix Stomp versus Helix Standard, I suppose. And we'll see if they differ in any way. Same amps, same recording equipment, same guitar, that type of stuff. So come back and see us for that one. So Helix versus Helix versus Helix. See you in the next one, guys. Take it easy.